Mind-blowing twist. Koichi's quirk is way more OP than you thought. After I called the MHA manga author myself to confirm, I finally uncovered the true quirk Koichi's been hiding. Let me break it down for you in this video. First, his slide and glide, the most obvious ability shown in the anime. It lets him glide along surfaces using repulsive force from his hands, feet, or any body part. But if you think that's all, you're dead wrong. The key is that repulsive force from his body. After training, Koichi can emit repulsion all over simultaneously, creating a repulsion field around himself, where I'd say he's basically untouchable, like when he used it in the manga to block a blast strong enough to destroy a parking lot. And that's not all. He can also use this quirk to compress air with repulsive force to create massive energy explosions, boost his speed to rival the Flash, combined with his innate floating ability to fly at F-15 fighter jet speeds. Is that it? Nope. Koichi's ultimate ability is unconscious action, which lets his body react automatically to attacks. On its own, it might seem weak, but paired with his quirk, I'd call it the best combo ever. Imagine the fastest reaction speed plus the fastest physical speed. With that, he could probably even stop my cat from knocking over a glass. Final Easter egg. Whenever Koichi's about to hit the ground, he summons a pile of trash to catch himself. Maybe we should start calling him the Trash Hero. Koichi was supposed to be a villain? What made Koichi get bullied in college? After watching this video, I bet you'll feel for this guy just like I do. First, one of Koichi's abilities, subconscious action, lets his body react automatically in certain situations. Sure, in fights, it's clutch for dodging surprise attacks, but in daily life, it makes him blurt out his real thoughts without meaning to. Imagine your mouth uncontrollably spilling your darkest thoughts. Not fun. His living situation also contributed to the bullying. Eagle-eyed viewers might notice, why does Koichi always glide home using his quirk? Turns out he lives in a shipping container on top of an abandoned building. Despite the rough living, Koichi stayed hopeful. He even kept a spare key for his future girlfriend. But it didn't last. At a freshman mixer, he hit it off with a girl and invited her to his place. She was clearly freaked by the creepy building, but Koichi didn't get it. He thought she was shy and practically dragged her inside. After that, classmates started avoiding him, calling him a weirdo who drags girls into ruins the first time he meets them. His college life was ruined. Looking at this, Koichi had all the makings of a villain. And when you compare him to MHA's big bad Tamura Shigaraki, it makes Shigaraki look almost ridiculous, right? These two women are the real reason Koichi never became a pro hero. Remember, the first episode says Koichi was a total prodigy from birth. He could even float using his quirk as a baby. From day one, he practically screamed hero material. So why'd this talented dude end up a vigilante instead? Two big reasons. First up, his mom, Shoko. The manga shows she was super strict with him growing up. She straight up hated pro heroes, thinking they were just pawns getting used by others. To stop Koichi from becoming one, she banned him from using his quirk as a kid, slapping him every time he accidentally used that floating ability. It worked. He totally forgot he even had it as an adult. I know you're probably ticked off for Koichi right now, but here's the thing. Her strictness was all about love. She just wanted him to live a normal, happy life, not get all beat up fighting for others. Aren't all moms kind of like that? Always worrying? Second reason, Pop. Step by. Turns out they met way back. Koichi was on his way to the pro hero exam when he saw a kid drowning. Even though he was running late, he jumped into the river without a second thought to save her. That kid? Little Pop Step. Because of that rescue, he missed the exam and never became a pro hero, but in her eyes, he was already a real hero from that day on. So here's the deal. You don't need a license to be a hero. If you've got justice in your heart, that's all that matters. Koichi's quirk is getting a massive upgrade in this episode. Let's break down the key reveals from Vigilantes episode 4. First up, the anime cut a huge romantic subplot between Pop and Koichi. In the manga, when there are no villains around, Koichi's always doing small, sweet stuff, picking up trash, helping grandmas cross the street. Pop, tagging along, teases him. This is so not cool, you know? But Koichi hits back with, just because it's not cool doesn't mean we shouldn't do it, showing off that pure, good-hearted nature. Next thing you know, Pop's blushing like crazy and totally falling for him, too. Time for Koichi's quirk glow-up. He meets Tensei Ida on a morning run, and they become friends fast. Tensei notices the insane potential in Koichi's glide quirk, but Koichi complains he can't even brake without crashing. Tensei drops a genius tip. Just accelerate backward when you want to stop. Bam! Koichi's quirk level jumps big time. Later, when Tensei faces a tough enemy on a hero mission, Crawler steps in to help, but blows his cover. Instead of arresting him, Tensei pretends not to know his secret identity like a true bro. 3. Don't skip the post-credits scene. I bet you turned off the TV as soon as the ending theme started. Bad move. You missed Pop hinting that next episode is all about their romantic first meeting. So yeah, Koichi and Pop probably met way earlier than we thought. What made Pop start liking and getting close to him? We'll find out next time. Spoiler. It's tied to why Koichi never became a pro hero. This is hands down the most charming character in Vigilantes. Listen, whether you're a guy or a girl, this video is going to make you fall for Knuckle Duster. Knuckle Duster's real name is Iwao Oguro. Before losing his quirk and becoming a vigilante, he had it all. A loving wife and daughter, and the title of Pro Hero O'Clock. But when All for One stole his quirk, he lost everything. He spiraled into deep depression, numbing the pain with alcohol. His wife and daughter left him because of his downward spiral. One thing to note, Hachisuka from episode 3, that's actually Iwao's daughter Tamao after being possessed by Queen Bee. After losing his daughter, he reflected and realized O'Clock was a failure as a hero. He'd only defeated villains on the surface, never solved the root problems. So Iwao took up the mantle of Knuckle Duster, becoming a vigilante who tackles issues pro-heroes ignore. All the while, he never forgot his hospitalized wife and missing daughter. Yes, like Ye, he visits his wife regularly and searches for clues about Tamao while carrying out his vigilante work. That's why he freaked out seeing the bee at the end of episode 3. Iwao's not just a hero, he's a mentor too. His bond with protagonist Koichi is like Deku and All Mights. He believes Koichi's character saved him that day, so he's trained and encouraged the kid ever since, proud of his kindness and growth. He shows the same care for ally Popstep. Bottom line, this man is a true hero, a loving father, a gentle husband, and a respected teacher. It's that multi-dimensional human depth that makes me love this character. What do you guys think? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This guy might be stronger than Awakened Deku. I'm talking about Koichi Himawari, the new face in MHA Vigilantes. I bet most of us have underestimated his power. First off, we all know that by the end of MHA, Deku surpasses All Might at his peak, with speeds that could even outpace light. But he's not the only one who can hit light speed. Enter Vigilante's final villain, number 6, whose quirk Overclock lets him perceive time at light speed, making all enemies move like they're standing still. But here's the twist. Number 6 lost the speed fight to Koichi in their final battle. Hard to believe? Let me break it down. It all comes down to one of Koichi's quirks, subconscious action, which lets his body move on its own when his brain can't keep up. Think of it as a supercharged knee-jerk reaction. What does that mean? The faster the enemy moves, the faster Koichi's body reacts. If you're so fast his brain can't process it, sorry, his reflexes will still outpace you. If you're thinking, what good is just reaction speed? You're forgetting his other quirk, Glide. By the story's end, after non-stop training, it's absurdly powerful. He's keeping up with airplanes in the manga finale. Put those two quirks together. Peak reaction time plus insane speed equals the best combo in the world. And let's not forget, we see Koichi in a hero costume at MHA's end, probably hinting he and Deku will team up for big things in the second act. Stay hyped! How many setups does Vigilantes plant for MHA? The anime doesn't cover this stuff. Let me take you through a spoiler-free deep dive in a video. 1. Building the villain's power base. Think All for One's the biggest headache the heroes in MHA? Wrong. The real-world wreckers are the massive number of Nomu. Without them, All for One would just be a solo bad guy with no army, right? Here's the key. Kudai Garaki created the Nomu entirely based on Vigilante's main villain, number 6. And that quirk-enhancing drug trigger that's all over MHA? Yep. It came from successful Vigilantes experiments that allowed mass production later. 2. Filling in All Might's backstory. In Vigilantes, we see how Naomasa first met All Might and became his ally. It also reveals the truth about One for All's inheritance and All Might's true form for the first time. 3. Unpacking Stain's turn as the hero killer. We learned Stain briefly worked as a vigilante named Stendhal before becoming the hero killer. It also shows how he lost his nose. He cut it off after Knuckle Duster smashed it in. Safe to say this incident probably sparked his hatred for heroes. 4. Exposing the hero system's fatal flaw. As the story goes on, you'll realize pro-heroes full of hypocrisy. Their righteous acts hide selfish motives. Few fight for real justice, and most couldn't care less if civilians die. 5. A neat Easter egg about Shota Aizawa's past. We find out Shota never wanted to be a teacher. Nomori Kayama signed him up for the job. Plus the goggles in his hero costume, Oboro Shirakumo gave him that idea. Bottom line, Vigilantes is a top-notch spin-off. If you're into MHA, skipping this is a huge miss.